Today, I want to check out the city of Leipzig. It's not far from Berlin, and it's said to be the most up-and-coming city in Eastern Germany. Leipzig has a reputation of being a young, hip, and exciting city. Some even call it the better Berlin. Actually, Leipzig's population is one of the youngest in the entire country, and at last count, it grew by 10,000 in only 1 year. They can't all be crazy, so I came out here to find out what it is that makes this city so fascinating. The central train station is the perfect place to begin a tour of Leipzig because the main terminus is already quite an attraction. The concourse is enormous with endless shopping possibilities. My first stop is Karl-Liebknecht-Straße, the epicenter for the city's youth culture. It lies at the edge of the city center and is affectionately referred to as Karli. You can get there in no time by tram. The street has undergone quite a bit of renovation, but fortunately, some buildings have managed to maintain their original charm. Be sure to spend some time browsing in the many weird and wonderful shops you'll find here. Concerts, open-air theater, and workshops also regularly take place on Karli. Feinkost and Werk 2 are especially popular venues. Leipzig is in vogue. Everybody's talking about its resurgence, but what do the people who actually live here say? I thought a good place to find out would be the local university campus.
The student culture here is great. It's warm and welcoming. And the nightlife's fantastic. I love the Karli. It's a good place to bar hop.
People who live here are different than in other places. They're a bit more open, more tolerant. I really like it here. I was enticed by the affordable rents, the nightlife, and the whole scene.
Right next to the university is Moritzbastei, the only remaining part of Leipzig's ancient town fortifications. Converted into a cultural center, it has become an institution among the city's hotspots. It's where I've arranged to meet Merten Waage, an expert on Leipzig's socio-political evolution. Merten goes to the university and works at a student-run radio station. Tell me, how did you end up in Leipzig?
I came here after army training. I'd done 4 years with the Bundeswehr and wanted to study, so I came here to enroll at the university.
What does Leipzig have that other cities don't?
Lots of young people. The student population is around 40,000, and then there's another 10,000 in trainee or apprenticeship positions. Lots of young tourists come here as well. So all in all, the atmosphere here is really unique.
Leipzig is often compared to Berlin. Is Leipzig starting to rival the capital, and if so, in what way?
Leipzig isn't trying to compete. You can't really compare cities. Berlin is Berlin, Leipzig is Leipzig. Leipzig does its own thing. We're not really cosmopolitan. We're not giving haute couture fashion a run for its money with our own labels. What we do have is a youthful vibe, a lively scene, lots of startups and young entrepreneurs who inject a lot of energy into the city. Leipzig has a completely different vibe than Berlin.
You mentioned the scene, so where are the hip neighborhoods?
The western part of the city is really happening in terms of arts and culture. And in the south, the Plagwitz neighborhood is where the counterculture is.
Do you think there are downsides to the city changing?
Of course. You can't avoid the gentrification issue in Leipzig. You can still find spacious apartments to rent for 180 euros a month, which is about the lowest in Germany. But there's also a lot of construction going on. Things are getting more expensive. Business executives and people with high incomes are moving in who are used to and expect a different standard of living. People with alternative lifestyles who don't want to pay much rent are being priced out.
What do you think Leipzig will be like in 10 years' time?
The worst-case scenario would be that there are no more young people here, and only professionals in their mid-30s working for global players. A balance would be ideal, that the city would be attractive to both young people and to people who like a higher standard of living.
Thank you very much.
Gerne. Vielleicht bis bald.
Ja, hoffentlich bis zum nächsten Mal.
Tschüss.
Ciao. And here's another landmark, the monument to the Battle of the Nations, known by locals as the Völki. It's surrounded by a park. And right here, I'm gonna try something really cool, urban golfing.
Hallo, ich begrüße euch zu unserer Runde.
Welcome to our urban golfing session in Leipzig. Urban golfing is like golf, but with a major difference. We're not trying to get the ball into a tiny hole, we're aiming at a larger target, like this one.
Urban golf balls are also lighter than regular ones. That means you can't hit them as far and you don't have to walk so much.
Der junge Mann ist noch etwas größer.
We start with a warm-up.
Schläger mit Graphitschaft mitgebracht. Den Schläger mal
Raise the
lässig
club
hinter
over
die
your
Schulter,
shoulders and
dann
turn
dreht
from
ihr euch
side to
zur
side.
Seite
Now a few basic tips.
Und streckt den
Hold your
Zeigefinger
index
weg
finger
wie
like
so
a gun.
Pistolenfinger. Fühlt sich
Is
das
it a little
irgendwie
uncomfortable?
unbequem an?
Yeah.
Dann ist
Then
es
you're doing
richtig
it
sehr
right.
gut.
Katja makes the perfect shot. Time for me to try my luck. I think I need a few more tips.
Und dann versuchst du auf der
Try and
gleichen
follow the
Linie
same
wieder
line when you start to
zurückzuschwingen,
swing
um
the
den Ball auch
club
wieder
and
zu
follow
treffen,
through towards the
durchzuziehen
ball.
und ihn wegzuschleudern.
We're ready for our first game. The others are looking pretty good,
Yay!
unlike me. We play a few holes. Some of our targets are man-made, others are 100% natural. And then it's time for the awards.
Und Platz 1,
First place goes to the person who needed the fewest shots to hit the targets. Janine. Congratulations, well done. Nicole, you get the consolation prize with a golfer on it.
Ein Golfer drauf.
Der daneben Who haut, misses? genau wie ich. Just like me. After that, I think I deserve a break. Leipzig is hardly a seaside town, and yet it's where you'll find the longest sandy beach in all of Saxony, on the shores of Lake Kosbuden, just half an hour from the center of town. It's a man-made lake like many others in this region. It's really nice here. Another plus point for Leipzig. I'm going to treat myself to a lovely sunset before throwing myself into the party scene. Leipzig's nightlife. The choice of bars and clubs is mind-boggling. One of the hottest spots at the moment is called Elsterartig. In all honesty, even after the time I spent here, it's impossible for me to say what's better, Berlin or Leipzig. Leipzig is definitely different. In other words, a little raw and rough around the edges, not quite ready to settle. And I think that is exactly what makes Leipzig so special.